Hello, Maxim. The time has come. Today we passed the mark of 400 podcasts. Let's turn the tables and ask you a couple of questions. How does it feel to achieve another 100?
Well, I would say it actually feels like, the time passed really quick and, it just over each of the day, it feels just, like all of the small steps, they lead to something. But in general, if I would describe that, it feels like we're just getting started.
What changed over the last 100 of podcasts?
I would say there is definitely one thing that was completely changed. It become a routine, but like in a good way. Basically, you know that there is a specific point of time when you're recording stuff. And apparently, what I realized, and it was quite a big revelation for me as well, that if you do like a certain small steps towards specific goals, on a daily basis, maybe even on a weekly basis, it probably may not be seeming visible, but like if you look back at the given point of time, you actually can see, wow, there is a long step that you took. So that's the big change and the big revelation for me.
How do you prepare to podcasts and how did you done it before?
Previously, I would say I probably stole it from you. This definition you said, like every time you see something, you have this mental pockets where you put all of the things, and every time you see something, you think, oh, this is actually might be used here and there. So previously, when I was doing this preparation, I was trying to slightly read about the topic. Nowadays, it's slightly different. I'm also trying to push the bar higher and like spend less time preparing, meaning that okay, I would have like a 10 minutes for a specific topic, and also trying to think how could I just, what kind of questions I may ask, and that might be interesting not only for me, but like for the audience as well. And on top of that, because I'm also attending the classes of the School of Tраблшутеров, I'm also thinking, okay, what else I might be taking from there to ask, so that it could be even more interesting, more like a funny, or like even more joyful for people. And another thing is like sometimes where I just like walk around and see things, I'm thinking, okay, this is probably something that I could ask. Let's say, for example, I see the bird and I'm thinking, okay, maybe I just will ask how, like about the bird, like in how it fits in the theory of chaos or something like that. So everything that surrounds me, or, like the activity, becomes a question and leads to the preparation.
I like your answer about mental pockets a lot. How do you feel about next 100? Are there any fatigue or denial?
I would say like the moment, especially at the beginning, there was certain like a resistance, like a mental one, like saying, hey, maybe I just, probably would not like taking it seriously or not. But nowadays I feel it's more like a routine. Basically, like you turn the camera, you send the message in the Skype that you're ready and you just go. And for me, it's also like another revelation, because the moment you have something set, like there is no place for fatigue or anything like that. It just like happens. So you just like dive deep and go on.
Are there any struggles that you have during the recording or preparation?
Oh, actually, it's a lot. Like first time, I would say it's really hard to focus on the eye of the camera. So you need to, keep thinking that you should look there and not lose any contact. Another thing is you have to actually think in the two languages constantly to think how would you say that, and try to anticipate the answer. So the moment you answered something, I already have something prepared. Sometimes I swear, like like I'm also sweating and thinking, okay, how could I just like try to guess? But again, like at certain point of time, it becomes like a funny game that like both entertaining and both educating.
Do you have any tips and tricks when it comes to recording, taking notes, or anything else during our podcast?
For notes, I definitely develop a certain system of like a taking notes, because like what am I trying to do, again, like thanks to another skill, which is the speed reading. I'm trying to like when I'm saying something, I'm trying to write it down, but like because there is a certain peripheral vision, I'm not looking at the paper. Sometimes like when there is a more I would say complex phrase, I probably put my eyes there. And another thing, it's again thanks to another skill of speed writing, I'm also started using a specific marks for like all of the notes. And after each session, I look at my marks and trying to like do the recap. It really helps in the real life, like when there's like a meeting or anything like that. Basically, it helps to focus on the client, on the user or whatever, while taking notes, so that they feel like they are the center of the universe. And then you just like you go through your notes, and it helps you to wrap your head around of what is going to happen next.
Maybe you can tell our audience or reveal some other dirty secrets, whether we prepare anything to rehearse between us in advance or not.
To be frank, no. And actually, this is what keeps amusing me, because basically, as I said, like the moment camera starts on, like there's no rehearsal, there's no preparation. Even for like the catchy phrase that I used to say, sometimes I realize that actually I'm saying it and I'm thinking about a completely different thing. And first time it was really scary, because like if you look at like there's your mouth, there is your brain, there's your mouth doing one job, and there's your brain like doing completely different stuff. And this is where the hiccups also happen. But again, like in terms of rehearsal, they happen like very like a minimum time for me. And like as I know for you, it actually never happens. Basically, I would say like you just like say things from the wheel, like just like as you go. And this is really amazing.
You do attend the lectures of at School of Troubleshooters. How does it affect the way you ask questions?
I would say it affects like maybe there is a certain dimension that appears in the questions, and you also thinking like how would you know like not only ask something that been asked like many times before, but what else like has not been asked, and what is the unknown that you also should touch in order to not only get the simple expected answer, but maybe start like a thought of train, and that could be lead to a very interesting discussion.
Sometimes you move to a different location and say different name of the city, whether it affects the recording. Sometimes you was using name of Singapore's and Dubai's and Moscow's and Dubai again. How it goes?
I would say again, like initially it was a bit of like a struggle, because you need to have like your setup, you need to have everything ready, you need to wear specific things. But again, after this becoming a routine, it's actually no brainer, because immediately when you see the place, you started actually evaluating it, not only like in terms of whether it's good for recording, but like whether it's good for work, whether the internet is good, etc., etc. So maybe I would put it this way: the moment you enter a specific area, you have a mental checklist of whether it's suitable for certain type of the activities, and the recording is just like only part of it. So then my answer is like I do believe it started going smoothly.
And now you're talking with us from Dubai, correct?
That's correct. I'm in Dubai.
Because I never know. Before we start, we do conduct our podcasts in English. Do you find it hard to switch between two different languages, especially when there are specific words that describe certain skills?
I would say yes, there is a certain like level of effort that I put there, but I think maybe again like over a specific period point of time, maybe again it's like attending a mental gym. Like you try and actually to think about two things in advance, and not only think how to translate certain thing, but maybe how to pick a different word to describe the definition that you are going to speak about. So that means you have to have like a couple of maybe options in the head and just try to run them around. And again, like to be frank, sometimes I do fail a lot. But again, another thing that I learned from you is, okay, when you failed, or like when there is like something, there is a hiccup, just carry on. The pass is longer.
Correct. Well, thank you for your time and for your efforts, Maxim, and I hope our audience will join me in these words. Let's keep it up and running, and we will speak the another 100. See you soon. And to our audience, все мира, as always, Maxim says at the end of our podcasts.